we saying the knocking down doors or opportunity, are we speaking about outcomes? Or are we speaking about actual opportunity? Like all I need is a chance type of opportunities, or when I get the chance, I have an expectation. Like I expect to get this job. I expect to get this opportunity. I expect to get on the field.
The problem is we're overqualified and we can do it better than the white man that has the title of the job that's ruling over us. So a lot of times we in the room and we making shit move and we making things shake, but we not being elevated to the positions that we need to be just because of our race or our gender.
2K, do you disagree with the overqualified point?
Absolutely, bro.
Why?
If women were so overqualified, and I know the credentials, the degrees, like they won't have these little dumbass kids. Overqualification, you guys don't have the experience. For y'all, all y'all degrees or the qualifications that y'all use to insert them words in the argument is simply telling me that you have the power to endure.
The worst bosses is the female bosses.
Absolutely.
Right? So I'm saying that they are willing to sacrifice something to make sure you know who in charge. Where the man kind of like back off and like, all right, you can take that day. I understand your kids got piano lessons.
See, you saying for what?
I'm asking you, why? Why would she need to do that if they're beneath? For what? What gain?
Because women with power treat everybody under them like shit.
And what do men with power do? Because they do the exact same. So that's not like that's not
you talking right now. If I was a man with power, you wouldn't have nothing to say.
In terms of what are you fighting for? What do you need feminists for now except to be having OnlyFans? But the women said, no, you got to fight to sustain and keep these rights. Not only that, y'all are ignoring several plights that we have. Then we talked about abortion ad nauseum. Then we talked about wearing other people's hair. Then we talking about people complaining. We talked about minimist, feminist, two sides of the same coin. So this is the finale of this oppression shit. Not to say, Rel, you seen every show. What you think, man?
No, yeah, I definitely believe in systematic oppression. I do think that we made great strides, especially our ancestors made great strides to elevate us. But the fight is not over. The fight is for people who are really actively in the game. Of course, there will always be people that fall by the wayside and want to do nothing with their freedom, but those aren't the people that we focus on. We focus on the people who are trying to push the world forward. So I'm all for inclusion and making sure that we can keep on knocking down doors because we need that. There'll always be people not taking advantage of the opportunities that we have now. But when we look at the system and the way that this country is set up, we understand that's the opportunity for women and black people. Black women being in a double minority within that, we definitely.
Okay. So let me ask, when we saying like the knocking down doors or opportunity, are we speaking about outcomes? Or are we speaking about actual opportunity? Like all I need is a chance type of opportunities, or when I get the chance, I have an expectation. Like I expect to get this job. I expect to get this opportunity. I expect to get on the field. Is that what we asking for? Or are we asking for just let me in so I could get a fair opportunity to prove myself?
We asking it for a fair chance to prove ourselves. We very cocky. We feel like we're very capable. We have the value. We can get this shit done. The problem is we're overqualified and we can do it better than a white man that has the title of the job that's ruling over us. So a lot of times we in the room and we making shit move and we making things shake, but we not being elevated to the positions that we need to be, our race or our gender.
Okay. 2K, do you disagree with the overqualified point?
Absolutely, bro.
Why?
If women were so overqualified, and I know the credentials, the degrees, like they won't have these little dumbass kids. Overqualification, you guys don't have the experience. So y'all, all y'all degrees or the qualifications that y'all use to insert them words in the argument is simply telling me that you have the power to endure. Like you can stay in college for X amount of times and go in debt for X amount of dollars so you can get this degree. I don't think that you guys are overqualified, especially more than men, because the men built the qualifications, the standards, the SOPs. So I don't think that you guys are
okay. So let me ask, when we saying the knocking down doors or opportunity, are we speaking about outcomes? are we speaking about actual opportunity? Like all I need is a chance type of opportunities, or when I get the chance, I have an expectation. Like I expect to get this job. I expect to get this opportunity. I expect to get on the field. Is that what
No,
we asking for? Or are we asking for just let me in so I could get a fair opportunity to prove myself?
we asking it for a fair chance to prove ourselves. We very cocky. We feel like we're very capable. We have the value. We can get this shit done. The problem is we're overqualified and we can do it better than the white man that has the title of the job that's ruling over us. So a lot of
Hmm.
times we in the room and we making shit move and we making things shake, but we not being elevated to the positions that we need to be just because of our race or our gender.
Okay. 2K, do you disagree with the overqualified point?
Absolutely, bro.
Why?
If women were so overqualified for degrees, like they won't have these little dumbass kids. Overqualification, I don't. You guys don't have the experience. All y'all degrees or the qualifications that y'all use to insert them words in the argument is simply telling me that you have the power to endure. Like you can stay in college for X amount of times and go in debt for X amount of dollars so you can get this degree. I don't think that you guys are overqualified, especially more than men, because the men built the qualifications. They built the standards, the SOPs. So I don't think that you guys are even in the ballpark when it comes to being more qualified than, I ain't gonna even say any man, but not especially not the white man. It's they game you playing.
Is that systematic though? So 2K, I remember you made a point about we were age to be fucking up. White people had 100 years to fuck up and then they got right. Now we in our fucking up age, we being judged by a thing when they didn't get judged in the same point in time. Is that what
No,
we asking for? Or are we asking for just let me in so I could get a fair opportunity to prove myself?
we asking it for a fair chance to prove ourselves. We very cocky. We feel like we're very capable. We have the value. We can get this shit done. The problem is we're overqualified and we can do it better than the white man that has the title of the job that's ruling over us. So a lot of
Hmm.
times we in the room and we making shit move and we making things being elevated to the positions that we need to be just because of our race or our gender.
Okay. 2K, do you disagree with the overqualified point?
Absolutely, bro.
Why?
If women were so overqualified, and I know the credentials, the degrees, like they won't have the little overqualification. I don't, guys don't have the experience. So y'all, these are the qualifications that y'all use to insert them words in the argument. It's simply telling me that you have the power to endure. Like you can stay in college for X amount of times and go in debt for X amount of dollars so you can get this degree. I don't think that you guys are overqualified, especially more than men, because the men built the qualifications. They built the standards, the SOPs. So I don't think that you guys are even in the ballpark when it comes to being more qualified than, I ain't gonna even say any man, but not especially not the white man. It's they game you playing.
Is that systematic though? So 2K, I remember you made a point about we are in our age to be fucking up. White people had 100 years to fuck up and then they got right. Now we in our fucking up age, we being judged by a thing when they didn't get judged in the same point in time.
Absolutely.
So systematically, if women don't have the experience, is it because
Absolutely. That could be a great point, but it still don't negate the fact that they don't have the experience. So
you're saying it still is what it is?
it is what it is.
But do you think the reason I conveyed is justifiably so? Like, isn't that the reason why they need the experience?
Yeah. Or if they the first ones through the door and not the black men, y'all just gonna take the brunt of the blame. And I don't think that'll be good. Like, hey, y'all gonna be looked at as a case study why women shouldn't versus them giving men the grace to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's y'all the first Indians over the hill, this is the exact reason why women shouldn't be in this field, is what they're going to say.
Oh, I see. So when you get the first black quarterback and he's trash, you say, this, see what I mean?
This is what we talk about.
So when the women get through the door first, they representing all black people.
Yeah,
And then when they fail, they say, "See, why we nut these niggas in the first place?"
facts. That's the last couple years, and now you kind of see it backfiring with the firing of a lot of black women because of the AI boom. So the first ones to getting cut is the black women now, and that's because they was the first ones to get through them doors in a lot of the corporate America spots.
Damn, interesting point. Anybody? I
So
can
I got
ask
a
a follow
question.
up.
Do y'all feel that a black woman could be a better lawyer than a white man?
Yes.
White man.
Yes.
Can a
Can
black woman be a better CEO than a white man?
no,
Yes.
If you give these people the same opportunities, their gender is not a handicap. They can what the system is. There are active people in this country outdoing white people in this country. White people are the poorest group. It's not a handicap for us. We want the opportunities to show you we're better. Are black women faster than white men? Yes, women in the world are black women. Tell us what we can't do when every time you give us the opportunity to do something, we get it done. I know you're talking about the dumb schools, but that's another fight.
Well,
Why are
well,
our schools being
well. So Sherelle, and 2K, you can respond. I'm thinking about the analogy about the fast, as it pertains to the women, but when they're male counterparts, they're not even remotely close to them.
what you
I
mean?
just
Like male sprinters versus female sprinters, it's a 2 second difference.
What white people and black people? No, black people are the fastest in both genders.
Women versus men.
Yeah, I'm saying women versus men. Cause you saying
No, but
like, I
he's
thought that was
talking
the
about
analogy.
black women versus white men.
Yeah, and I'm simply saying that when you compare those women, even though they're very fast to the white male
No, I'm
Olympians,
not talking about the
they're not.
Olympians. I'm talking about the average one. All of
Like
us don't
running. Are
have
you
a
saying
lot of,
running?
right, you're
huh?
not faster than
Like
a average white
the
man.
average faster than the fastest black woman.
Okay.
But what I'm telling you is you need to be giving our greats the opportunity to be great. Because when our greats are they're being great, their greatness is out of the world.
Okay.
But
Okay.
in this example, all that like everybody that's black will have to be great to compete with the average white man. And I don't want to be the one to derail the conversation, but I just don't think no woman is better than any man in anything. Maybe outside of the cooking and the getting it together, that's just really how I feel because I know y'all ain't willing to take it to the lengths that any man would to just say that he's a man. Like,
So
are you
you think
comparing?
you think you faster than Shakira? So she's better than you at racing.
Yes, she is.
So that just proved the exact thing you said. No man at anything.
Well, see, you got me going against the top athlete. If I were to train since she was be training, yes, my answer would be yes, I would be faster.
You would know.
No, you wouldn't.
No, I'm fast. I'm telling you right now.
Are you being a little delusional? You being a little delusional, okay?
No, it's an unfair comparison. I'm talking about on a 1-to-1 level. If we talking about average, above average, supreme, premium, that's what I'm talking about. Because you're not gonna, Sherelle, you being regular, you're not gonna go against a top tier white dude.
Okay, so this is what I'm
won't be
saying.
Saying.
That
So
won't be
wait. This is what I'm saying, 2K. You act as if the women who are fighting for these things aren't top tier women. These are lawyers. These are women who had to pass the bar. It ain't easy to pass the bar. These jobs that they're trying to break industries in. These are already our elite. They're already going to get qualified. They're already going to get the education. They've already showed you that they're better than the average. We're not talking about the average.
So listen,
Because this is the thing. We love to talk about how the worst of us could reflect on everybody, but we don't focus on us really are the ones that make us look good. The best of us are even getting denied because of qualified. The best of us are getting denied because of their gender. The best of
Right,
us are getting denied because of their race.
I think it's multi-layered because the reason we push each other to have businesses and right to go out on our own and not eat off of somebody else is so we can control these things, right? So we talk about the white man who had manifest destiny, who set out to control these things, and they are controlling these things to make sure that the white man stays in power. Which is what we are telling other black people to do.
And so Sherelle, what I'm trying to say is when I say y'all not willing to go the distance a man would, you will try to run a campaign fairly. A man will cheat and do everything in his power before he lose, and you gonna try to do it morally. That's when what kill everybody here before they go under.
2K. I guess I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't
done
see
seen
that
people
either.
say that the worst bosses is the female bosses.
Absolutely.
Right? So I'm saying that they are willing to sacrifice something to make sure you know who in charge. Where the man they kind of like back off and like, all right, you could take that day. I understand your kids got piano lessons.
No. I get that. I'm talking about the cutthroatness of it. Like,
I think the women in power portray those traits.
Yeah.
a woman in power will fuck somebody that's lower than her over. Okay, if they beneath her, she'll fuck them over. But the men saying for what? For the
I'm
women.
asking you why? Why would she need to do that if they're beneath? For what? What gain?
Because women with power treat everybody under them like shit.
And what do men with power do? Because they do the exact same. So that's not like that's not you.
You talking right now. If I was a man with power, you wouldn't have nothing to say. So that'll let you know what men with power do. We show grace. We show grace amongst the weaklings.
Okay, you got the floor. I just wonder, historically speaking, men and or women wielding power with benevolency.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Dr. G, did you want to say something? Oh, go ahead, Arnold. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying that us thinking about that equality is a thing is the white man being benevolent.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a fact.
I don't help me with the correlation between that, what you just said, and the idea that Black women are somehow beneath the lowest white man, or she can't compete with the lowest white man. There is no white man in my work that I lead them do. So I don't understand what you're saying.
That you need to have to even be qualified to them.
Right. So why don't they have them then? If they created them, you would think then they would have them so that they could, if that's the standard. So the credentials are the standard, right? This is what you need. So why don't more white men possess this so-called standard?
Dr. G, look around for your answer. Every man up here know a degree is bullshit. That's something that's keeping y'all in debt. That's something that's keeping y'all down. And there's something that's keeping y'all with a false equivalency. I have a degree. I can't do nothing with it but make a good fire. So
I mean, 2K, that's an anecdotal. That's an anecdotal situation. Because I have 3 degrees and I do a lot with them. I'm at the top of the pay scale. There's no white man that works me.
Well, let me ask one question, 2K, real quick.
More than you.
There is no white man. Stay focused. Stay with me, baby. There's no white man that works with me that out earns me.
Question, Dr. G. Do they work for you?
No, they don't work for me. They work with me. I work for a Black man.
Okay. So the white men don't work for you specifically there's a Black man's company?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm saying, Dr. G, the degrees that y'all, and I get it. I get what it means to y'all. But if you look
what it means is I'm able to go out in the world and do what America has said needs to be done in order to earn. That's what it means for me. It means that the standard in America has been set. You get certain degrees, you qualify for certain things with those degrees. So I have that, and so thus I qualify for certain degrees. That's what it means. The standard has been set. I've superseded that standard. That's all it means. It doesn't necessarily put me in a better than socially, but economically, it certainly does.
Dr. D, all that degree, them 3 degrees taught me is you know how to endure.
I just said, but economically, it puts me in a position.
How? With the debt to ratio and your income? Like.
What do you mean? I don't have any debt.
Okay, well, you one of the lucky ones.
I wasn't lucky. I was strategic. I did what the white man said you have to do in order to get these degrees and not be in debt. I used the system that they put in place to get my education at the top, the top of the education, right? And not have any debt associated with that. I did what they put in place and they're not even doing it. So I don't gel with this notion that some white man is somehow doing better than we are, Black women. That's not true.
So wait.
You said that, and I'm just telling you that's not true.
So you think it's black women, white women, and black men under white women? Do you think that's the process right now? So you telling me right now in society, which all degrees, that black women are over white men in this country? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you that in the organization where I work, there is no white man that's out earning me.
Okay, but Dr. G, do me this favor. I understand that point, and then what about the answer to his question?
Oh, a ranking system?
Well, it's just you can add context. It's just a question that was asked.
I mean, so if we're talking about ranking, then in the whole America, men are above women in that sense. Yeah, that's why, we were able to have that conversation about oppression. Okay, so if you want to say, go ahead, Ham.
My bad.
I mean, I may not be answering your question, so I'm willing to hear the context.
Well, no, he just had asked a question. Your answer, your reply, you just reiterated the point that Sherelle was making about when you put the top of the top against these people, you see them outshine them. His question was simply, do white men outrank several other people, including black women in this country? So I guess the obvious answer would be yes.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I'm more or less pushing back on the initial point that 2K made.
I know, and that's why I just clarified both. Like I'm saying. So, question: when we talk about oppression, do you think the sentiment is that black women are over black men?
Yes.
No.
In terms of how the country sees us, I'm asking. Let me get an answer. Arnold, is it shot?
No.
Sean, 2K.
Yes.
Sword.
No.
Relly.
No.
Dr. G.
No.
Krishona.
No.
No. Arnold said yes. Oh, why, Krishana? Why not?
I don't have any examples or enough examples, rather, to say that women are overpowering men. And are we specifically talking about black women over black men?
Yeah, like in the United States today, put black men under black women in terms of just like oppression and such.
No.
Oppression is kind of the topic.
No. Thank you for that.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, Arnold said yes. Why you say yes, Arnold?
Yeah, I don't think that the black woman is as threatening as the black man. So she's more accepted in corporate spaces than the black man.
And so that puts us over him, Arnold?
Yes. Right, because they're not. I guess they're not in fear of the building of the black family if the black woman is in power. But if the black man is in power, they're worried about the building of the black family.
My only pushback would be, historically, black women have always been able to be in closer proximity to white men. When you think about slavery, who was taking care of the children, who was in the home, who was interacting with the slave master. So they've always been able to be closer proximity to white men because they're women. And just men don't consider women to be threatening. So that's kind of always the position they've been in. That's not a new thing now. That's always kind of been in society. So throughout all through these different eras of society.
So Shah, do you agree? You're saying the reason why, essentially?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's a perception, but the fact is they don't have more power than black men.
Okay, but so I know it's not what you know is what you can prove, especially like in a court of law. So if people are perceiving that, is perception reality in that facet, especially since these are societal type outlooks, and this is not about us being against each other. Right, it's about really baseline and like how we're seen in the earth as a community. Well, in the earth, I mean United States.
Yes, that's the constant struggle in America, because America is a country built on perception and what we think things are right. But I say once again, once you get behind what your eyes lie to you about, you will see again when you talk about actual power, black women aren't more powerful than black men. Okay. We're fighting that perception right now.
So here's what's interesting, right, Sean, about that, because you're 100% right, but nobody reads anything. Mm-hmm. Nobody dives into anything. Denzel Washington said this thing. He's like, it's not about being right or truthful. It's about being first. When we were talking about the illegal immigrants with Cali, I don't know if you guys saw that show, but it was about, they campaigned on getting all the murdering illegals out, right? But it still says illegals, right? And when you read the 800 pages, that includes anybody who's breaking the law or here illegally. But they'll campaign on the thing that grabs your heartstrings, and they'll show a dead white girl that an illegal had raped and killed to get you to vote on that. You see, but nobody reads it. You just look at the thing that galvanizes you to do something, but it still includes everything. You see, and then we had an argument about, but that's not what they campaigned on. Well, of course, they can't campaign on all 800 pages.
Right.
You know, so the perception thing seems super strong, especially since we're in a microwave society.
Yeah, I'm definitely not minimizing the power of it.
Yeah.
But again, I think each generation of Black people specifically, I mean, we keep forgetting what the game is, and we kind of keep falling into the same trap.
Yeah.
I always argue that older generations had a better grasp of this trick, and now with the influx of media now that we have, I think it's definitely going to be an issue for our generation because we're inundated with so much information. We don't really have a good grasp of what's truthful, what's propaganda. We are very emotion based when it comes to information. We struggle with confirmation bias. So if we already believe it, we don't scrutinize it. So those are things that we're currently struggling with.
100%. I 100% agree with your breakdown, you know?
Mhm.
And if I say what is the perception seems to be reality, especially you giving that breakdown. Dr. G,